Gang. So, is this last night? No, this tastes stronger than wine. It tastes like that. Anyways, I was watching this show. On YouTube. I don't really want to shout them out. Number one, because I don't really like their content like that. Number two, I don't remember their name. But pretty much, there's a series that they do where they get a group of people, and these group of people call some people that they want to confront. One girl, she confronted her father that she had not seen in 7 years. And this one dude, this lame ass, weird ass nigga, called his female friend that had cut him off. What's up, Sensei? What's up? He had called his female friend that cut him off. After a little bit of time, he moved to Anchorage, Alaska, from I don't know where. And she made him feel comfortable and accepted when he got to Alaska, and there's probably not that many black people up there. She's a black woman. And he was like, I think it's because she got a boyfriend. She just slowly but surely cut me off. I'm thinking like, nigga, if she got a boyfriend, of course she's gonna cut you off, bro. I don't know. I can't deny or confirm if the dude is in that different type of lifestyle. But yeah, not only are you in a different type of lifestyle, but you're a dude. Okay. Now, one thing that really confuses me about females is why they think independence is just so important. You know what I mean? That's what people always say to me. I could be alone. I could be all by myself. You're not alone. You're a female, bro. You're a woman. You're not alone. Men are truly alone because we don't have any emotional support. We can't talk to our friends about our feelings. Men have to either hold it in, transmute it, use it, or go to a therapist. Okay? We have to go to therapy or don't talk about it at all. I can't talk about this stuff with my friends like that. I can't talk to you about it. But you could call your friends. You could be on the phone all day. You could be on the phone for 10 hours a day calling different people talking about your problems. And you're not going to be looked at as different at all. And you could call a nigga to give you some pipe and then kick him out because he doesn't want to be there like that either. And you could reject the man because, oh, no, I just got out of a relationship, bruh. But same time next week, that's not alone, my nigga. That's not alone. Being a man, having to recover, calling, if you don't have hoes, if you're not that type of person, then you have to build a roster. You gotta stay cool. You gotta go to therapy, put in extra work. Put in extra hours on the job so you don't sit around and think about being broken up with and not having in-house or not having consistent unprotected sex. You know how hard that is? That's independent. That's alone. You're not alone. But at the end of the day, females think they're alone, but a lot of times they don't even like their friends like that. They just compartmentalize people. I'm not saying all women, I'm not trying to be general, but I'm saying a lot of women don't like their friends because if you did, then you wouldn't cut your friends off for a dude that you just met 2 months ago. You see what I'm saying? For some money or for some affection or for some consistent unprotected sex, that wouldn't be the case. That wouldn't be the case. You ruined all my relationships. How? Because my friends cut me off because all I talk about is you. I ruined your relationships because your friends aren't interested enough to have a real conversation with, and you don't have a life, and they don't have a life. So you got to talk about daddy. That's not my fault, baby. And my friends, they're mad. They stopped talking to me because I was always talking to you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. When you don't have a boyfriend and they don't have a boyfriend, what better combination of friends is that? She doesn't have a boyfriend, so you can't relate to her life. Of course. She doesn't want to talk to you because you make her depressed. You make her sad about being herself. I wouldn't want to, like, I had a friend that was a millionaire. And she's, oh yeah, I'm about to buy this Denali. I'm about to buy this Benz. I'm about to build a house. I'm like, I don't want to hear about this shit. I don't, I mean, congratulations, but I can't relate. I have a normal people life. I just had to ask 4 people for $25 so I could pay this phone bill. And you talking about you buying a Benz? I want to hear about that. Like, I understand you don't think about that, but that's how the friend was feeling. Oh yeah, and we had an argument because he just wants to. We just have so much sex. All we did yesterday was have sex and watch Netflix and eat and smoke weed and drink wine. Sometimes, like he skipped work the other day just to fuck me all day. My pussy hurts. Don't. And she's like, oh yeah, for real. Damn, that's crazy. You like she damn near has to pay for pipe, and you want to talk about how this young stallion just broke your back for 8 hours yesterday? You think she wants to hear that? That's why people get cut off. So to the dude, the weirdo, oh my friend cut me off. I think it's because she got a boyfriend. You think? You weirdo. I don't even want to talk to the female if she has a boyfriend, because I don't want people constantly. I don't want dudes constantly talking to my girlfriend, because you know what? Because when I mess up, boom. You think they don't have? You think they don't have backups? I'm not saying they all have backups per se, but they have an idea of who's getting next, and I want that idea to be as blurry as possible. Let me blow them ashes off the table. But yeah, that just baffled me, man. I'm like, you sitting, you're sitting around thinking about your friend. Like I have female friends that cut me off because they got a boyfriend or what have you. It's no big deal. You know why? You know why? You know why? Because now she's not gonna ask me to move stuff. She's not gonna ask me to for money. She's not gonna ask me for stupid ass advice. She's not gonna ask me to buy her gifts when she does something amazing in life. Like I had a friend, she didn't ask me to buy it, but it was very simpy of me, but I was just being a good friend. She graduated, she got into school, and I bought her a computer desk. I offered it. It was only like $56. But had she had a nigga, I would have been able to save my little $60 because he would have been there. Like, if you're a female's friend, just understand you are really anywhere between 2% and 10% of a boyfriend. So when she gets a full boyfriend, your value is gonna drop more and more and more every day. And if it doesn't, that nigga's not doing his job, or he's not charming enough, or captivating enough to make her not want to be friends with your fucking depressed ass. Unless you have grown up together, even if you have. Unless your kids grew up together, even if you have. Unless you have a long-term boyfriend, or unless you have a long-term husband. Because every time I hear my girl say some new shit, my first thing is, who have you been talking to? Why are you talking like this? Where are you inheriting this from? And she always, nowhere. You've been talking to one of them broke ass, dusty ass, single ass women, haven't you? You've been talking to the single mom committee, haven't you? Don't t- don't take relationship advice. We've been together for 2, 3 years. That bitch can't keep a man for 6 months. Don't. She has nothing for you. She has nothing. She has no words for you. Don't talk to her like that. Don't talk to her on that level. Talk about TV. Talk about YouTube. Talk about music. Don't talk about relationship advice. She got too many baby daddies to be giving anybody anything when it comes to relationships. But that's not scientifically intelligent. Let's not do that. I don't take money advice from broke ass niggas unless I've already heard it and they put a little something on it that I was not familiar with. Then we could talk. But other than that, I mean, when it comes to the message now, that's what a lot of emotional people have problems with. Excuse me for 1 second. That's nasty. That's a horrible combination, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. When it comes to certain types of advice, people tend to look at the messenger more than the message, which is not very wise at all. I had some crackheads give me some amazing relationship advice. The reason that This was an amazing conversation, and I thought that this was sound advice, was because this is a crackhead, bro. This is a crackhead. He doesn't have a job. All he does is hustle and interact with thousands of people a month trying to get cracks. So of course his social intelligence is going to be different than mine because all he does is socialize and maneuver in the street all day. So of course that nigga would have sound advice. And when I heard he wanted to use my phone to call his mother, that touched me. So you're a crackhead. You wanted to use my phone to call your mom. You obviously have a decent relationship with your mom, to the point where you don't feel bitter about her not letting you stay with her or helping you out. He obviously wasn't receiving any financial assistance. But the fact that he has such a good relationship or a close relationship with his mother, that let me know that his message about females is valid. He was like, "Why you sitting out? I thought you was homeless, man." Not because how I dress or how I smell. I was drinking a beer, sitting outside, smoking a cigarette, and I was like, "Cause my girl put me out, bro." And something inside him knew. He was like, "Bro, when she when she wants something for you, you gotta listen, bro. Listen to her, bro. Listen to your girl, man." And I forgot what else he said, but he was like, "Ask questions and listen for what she says as well as what she doesn't say." But I didn't say, "Bro, just listen. Listen to your girl." And I was thinking, how the fuck how do you know? How does he know? I mean, that's probably the biggest problem that niggas have with females. I mean, besides not having money and wanting to be a real man and have sex with other women, but I wasn't like, "Nigga, you a crackhead. I can't listen to no motherfucking crackhead." I wasn't on that, bro. When a crackhead tells me to not smoke crack, I believe him. I believe him. I can't say, "Bro, you a crackhead telling me not to smoke crack." It makes me want to smoke crack. Man, it must be amazing. You destroyed your whole life for drugs. So I must have, next time I get $30, I'm buying some crack, nigga. No, that's not my mentality. I don't want to smoke it. I already didn't want to smoke it ever since I could remember. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I did coke for the first time, I was like, "Oh no, I can't smoke crack. This is much too good." I already showed up with $100. I only got $25 in my pocket now. It's only been 6 hours. Nah, I'm good on that. I've been awake for fucking 12 hours for no reason. Extra hours to the day. And I popped the bean. That's probably it too. Anyways, back to the message. Look at the messenger, man. I mean, look at the message. Don't look at the messenger. I can't get offended when people see me in certain mental states and see how I dress and see how I carry myself and take care of myself. Yeah, I hit it with some jail yesterday. I was supposed to go to an interview, but I didn't. But at the end of the day, I'm going on Friday rescheduled. But at the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing. If your female friend doesn't want to hang out with you, that don't chase her, bro. That's let her live her life, bro. She has a boyfriend. She was just using you to fill the void and the pain and the black hole of boyfriend and husbandlessness, and that's okay. That's what we're all doing. Well, no, that's not. That's not true. That's not true. I'll take that back. But at the end of the day, if you were that valueless to her, raise your value and get some more friends. Fuck that bitch. Or just don't be friends with females because she was using you, stupid. I'm not talking about every female. I'm just talking about that particular person. She was using you for money, compliments, attention. If she needed her couch to be moved, she would call her friend Darren. Darren's so nice. Darren, let me get like $50. Let me go. You want to come to the club with the girls? And when niggas get too aggressive, you could be my guard dog. That's what they do sometimes. It's okay. We all use each other. That's why so many people in this world. You're using me right now. I'm putting you on some game. And if you already knew this, hey, I'm just entertaining and beautiful to look at. You know, yeah, yeah. So at the end of the day, don't get mad at people when they use you, bro. That means you're useful. When they misuse you, that's when we're having problems. That's when we're having problems. Everybody get your blue cup, man. There's a blue cup, whatever day it is. That's sweet. But I got some important news. I'm moving. I can't tell you when because I got stalkers, but I'm moving. Um, what else we got going? I got some music coming out. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Look at that. Look at that. The lighting's so weird. It's beautiful outside, but people walk behind me, and you know I'm paranoid. So you'll be all right looking at this white wall. When I get back to whatever part of California I'm going to, that's when we're gonna have the beaches and the palm trees and walking down the street in the hood and shit like that. But for now, you just gotta look at this white wall. But you can't get mad. You can't take everything so personal, man. All social interactions are essentially business. Everything is a ritual and a ceremony. Everything is marketing strategies. All human interaction is a form of manipulation. She's manipulative. He's manipulative. You used me, nigga. How old are you? Of course, that's what happened. Of course, that's what's supposed to happen. That means you're a valuable, intelligent, confident, smart, well-rounded person. If you feel like you can't be used, if people aren't constantly trying to manipulate you, you're doing something wrong, my nigga. Facts. What's up? It's been a minute. I've been putting out some pretty ignorant content, so I thought you just ghosted. I would definitely understand if you did, because sometimes I surprise myself. Yes, yeah. Everybody go, everybody go follow LaCourtney Maddox, man. She's a brilliant, brilliant person that put me on a lot of game, and I'm what's the word? Grateful to have had interacted with her. Oh, you moved? Hey, man, shout out to moving, man. Everybody move. If you feel too comfortable, move. If you feel too uncomfortable, move. Move. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I went to like 12 different schools by the time I got to high school, and I went to like 4 different colleges. I lived in like 5 different states. It's been an experience, man. It's been an experience. That's why I'm so interesting. No, I'm just playing. I'm not that interesting. That's why my social skills are different. But the message, the sub messages, the underlying messages, anything you could get out of anything, man. For real. Because I always do look at myself in that way. I look at what I have going on. People get my number, they listen to my music, and I always think there's 2 things that I should probably change that some people. I lit another cigarette on fire. Hold on, guys. Fuck it. I always look 2 things that people close to me personally don't like about me. I think of the worst case scenario first, which saved my life a lot of times. I didn't always have to. I mean, but I did. And I always look at what I can improve to evolve faster and what I possibly did. And it's not always your fault. It might just be bad timing. It might just be whatever. Everything's not in your control. Control the controllables. But if you think that, if I was like, man, I think I was being a little too pushy. Hey, I appreciate that, man. There's 6 people watching. We need 6 likes. I appreciate that, man. Get the likes up, man. But I always think of what I could have possibly did differently in my social situations. We got Desi saying, "Would I join the army?" Yeah, absolutely. If I didn't have a felony, yes. I tried to join the army when I was 19. I signed up. I was supposed to go sign my papers, but I had a little celebration. I got pulled over for a felony DUI, which means I was driving drunk on a suspended license, which was a felony actually only for that probably 52 hours at that point. I was only the second or third person in the state of Illinois to catch that case. So yes, I would have absolutely joined the army. I was trying to get the self-discipline, alter my social skills, get those fighting skills, feel that camaraderie, work out, just build, just all the benefits. It wasn't even so much about the money, but yes, I would have absolutely. Right now, no, don't join the army, bro. No, you got to get the vaccine, and I don't know what the fuck them niggas doing out there, bro. It could be anything, any day, but don't join the army. You had, if you, 10 years ago to probably 5 years ago. Now it's a done deal. It's over now. Not even 5 years ago. If you didn't join the army 10 years ago, it's over. It's done. Don't do it. Don't do it. My cousin is 4 years. My senior, he just got out the army 3 years ago. Yeah, perfect timing, perfect diamonds. My other cousin just got his contract extended. He's okay with getting the vaccine. He's retired. He was supposed to retire last year. He's 61. He turned 61 this year. I think they gave him another year. But yes, in my the first stages of my youth, of my adulthood, when I was 19, yes, I would have joined the army and I would have been done by now. My other cousin joined the army. He got an honorable discharge. Shout out to him. Yeah, I come from a little army background on my mom's side of my family. My auntie joined the army. Her husband's in the army. I'm probably missing like two more people. My uncle. But yeah, for sure would have did that, man. I was trying to go to school. Didn't work. I was trying to go to the Art Institute of Atlanta, but I didn't know how the student loans worked. So I started I didn't start, but I continued. I went harder with the street pharmaceutical representation that I was doing, but I got distracted because I was making too much money. I wasn't coming to class because I was calling myself trying to pay for school, but I didn't know I had so many years after I graduated to pay. But yeah, the army was looking real sweet at that time. Who was the president? Obama. He wasn't about to start shit. I wasn't at risk to be. I think, you know what? Yeah, they were on some bullshit because my cousin got deported twice. Not deported, deployed twice. He went to Afghanistan. I'm not trying to tell all your bill. I didn't say which cousin, but he went to Afghanistan. That nigga got PTSD. They fucked his brain up, and I'm crazier than him. So that was a blessing, man. I'm not. No, no. I'm 31. I'm just trying to get this bread, and nah, I don't want to join the. Not now. I was naive. I was 19. I was 19. I didn't really know what PTSD was. I didn't know how you got it. I just thought people just went crazy sometimes when they killed people and they shot the wrong person. Had I been to rehab at that point? I had not. But when I did go to rehab, I saw. It's not funny at all. I laughed because it's. But this dude accidentally shot this little girl when he was in Iraq, and he started hearing voices. He started seeing her and hearing her, and he was always wearing black ass sunglasses, and he would be doing all this, like looking around. He'll be smoking a cigarette, joking, and be like, "Yeah, man," and then I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go to the army. Like, I'm not laughing at him. It's a defense mechanism because it really hurt me to see that man act like that. Eventually, they had to take him to the psych ward because his whatever they were doing was not working. Yes, no, I'm not. No, if I could, I would not. I think I said I would. That was a lie. That was a lie. So Thomas Ledwig, man, shout out to the chat, man. Said you don't want to do it now. Amen. My dad was in the military too. What branch of the military? That's interesting. I'm glad neither of my parents went to the army. My mom's already big and crazy, and my dad's already big and crazy. Both of my parents are bigger than me, man, because they didn't feed me. But my dad's like 6'3", my mom's like 6 foot. I'm 5'9". Um, awesome high game said, I think 31 is too old to join the army anyway. Well, you think wrong, because I think 35. is the end. It might be 37. Tried to get my girl to go to the army, give her ass something to do, but she is uh, too old to go to the army. She would have been a good little soldier. I was like, why didn't you go to? You seem like the army type. Why didn't you go to the army? She said she was just rebellious and doing the protesting thing and just anti-establishment. And I was like, look at you now. Look at you. You got $7.59 in the bank account, and you could have been in the army still with a good job doing IT, taking care of me when I'm pursuing my rap career, my YouTube channel. But now look at you. Mm-mm-mm. Nah, I'm just playing. I love you, baby. Mostly. But at the end of the day, what else we got? What other questions y'all have? Because you know what? I was trying to do this clean. I am. I'm going to. I'm just going through a lot right now, which is not an excuse. Everybody's going through a lot. But what I was doing, it wasn't working. And I really stepped into my Aaron Moses. Some days I'm Aaron Moses. Some days I'm Aaron Hester. No, I don't have any personality, whatever. But I don't always want to be clean and that's not fun, bro. And that's not me. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to upsell and try to manipulate, maneuver, and get all this money. If you want to give it, that's on you. I don't need it. But my channel is not monetized. I gotta do some magic to make that happen. I gotta be more consistent. I was killing it for a minute. Oh, the next pod? The next pod, bro. I do my pods live on my Instagram, and if they're under a certain amount of time, then I can download them. Now, Instagram, being so unprofessional, did not let me know, or the people know, that you can actually stream for, I really don't know, because I've gone up to an hour and 40 minutes streaming. So I don't know the limit, but anything over like an hour and 10 minutes, I can't download my pod and post them here. So I've been trying to screen record parts of them and then upload them here. But I don't really have the desire to do that, which that would be a great idea, but I don't have the time. I don't know. I need to stop saying that. I don't make the time to screen record parts of my podcast to put them on here. If you want to see them that bad, you can just go to my Instagram, Aaron3_Moses, and I will do my best to possibly put on a timer. I had a dream I found my other phone, but I don't know where it is. I saw it. It was not under my bed. I looked for it. I think somebody stole it. But I need to put on a timer so I can break my podcast into two different parts. I'm looking for a co-host, another co-host. One of my co-hosts, King D, jumping out of heaven. He he's not participated in any podcast. It's been me and various special guest, Flyboy Chip. Go check him out. That's my bro. I grew up with him since I was 10 years old. He's been featured on a couple podcasts, but he has his own, so I guess he's trying to save the topics for himself and save the all the extra personality and animation, which is not that wise, but that's what he wants to do. He has a podcast on Spotify. He might just be burnt out. You know, he has a family, so. But do I like to smoke weed? Um, oh, I didn't even tell you when. I do my podcast Sunday, and I have to announce if we do them. Sometimes we do them at 5. Sometimes we do them at 8 Eastern time. So 5 Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern time. Sundays. We've been pretty consistent. I think I skipped maybe 3 weeks, and then last week because I'm not gonna lie to you, I got drunk and passed out, and fell asleep, and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning like, oh, my podcast! Like I missed like 17 calls. My girl was calling me. You probably went that bed. I'm like, damn, man, my cousin. So what are we gonna talk about on the pod? You straight, bro? Call me. I'm gonna call your mom. Like, bro, relax, my nigga. Relax. Why everybody always act like I'm getting kid. Every time I don't answer the phone, I'm not being kidnapped, bro. But smoking weed. I have a lot of videos on weed and my relationship with weed. I would love to smoke weed. The last time people were like, nigga, you live in California and you don't smoke weed? Yes. It's not hard to do, bro. It's not hard to do. But at the end of the day, when I smoke weed, it makes me paranoid, it gives me anxiety, and it makes me have really dark thoughts. Because when I went to jail, I got PTSD. I got PTSD, and then me getting arrested, But when I smoke now, if I get to a certain level of highness, I start to hallucinate. That started when I got out of jail the third time because I heard somebody get assaulted in the butt, and it was just an abundance of the most extreme violence that I've seen probably my whole life. Because I was 19 and they put me with some of the worst criminals in that whole jail. They definitely did. That was the roughest, worst. That was worse than being on the block where they accidentally placed me with everybody had murders and attempt murders. That was worse than that. A lot worse. 10 times worse. But yeah, that messed me up a lot. People are like, "Oh man, I don't care about going to jail. It's like being on the block." No, it's not. What block? Where are you from? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Trust me, it's not. It's definitely not. Like people get assaulted in the booty on your block. Where you from? So I don't go over there. Dude. That's not. No, nah. It's not like Beyond Scared Straight, but that's what happened. So no, I don't smoke weed. Had that not happened, yeah, I'll probably be pretty successful right now because weed was my thing. You know, I sold weed my whole from 15 to 24. If you guys, if you're one of the day one Mosiahs, then you already know how this channel started out and what it was about. Um, when I first started, which is where my numbers come from. Yes, 7,000 subscribers and I only get 20 views. That's because I switched my whole channel up overnight too fast and I didn't have any information on how to maintain my numbers. I was getting thousands of views on each video, but that didn't, I mean, it stopped. But smoking weed was cool, you know. I think it was a sign that I needed to stop because I was really isolating myself, and social isolation makes you stupid, essentially. So I don't want to say I can't break down all how the neurons break down and you have less electricity in your brain because you're not responding to people's hormones and facial expressions. But social isolation from physical people makes you dumber. It makes your brain less effective. It makes you stupid. I know what you meant. Thomas says, I know what you meant. What you mean? I was in the Alabama jail, Cook County jail in Chicago. It's ranked it's ranked up there with one of the most dangerous, top 10 most dangerous correctional facilities. And it's just a county jail. It's more dangerous than some prisons, bro. And I believe it. I believe it. But I was there, I've been there, I don't want to say a lot. More than, more than once is a lot. But as far as the standard of what jail is, going there, visits, I've been there a lot. And only, nah, it's never been pleasant. It's never been pleasant. One time when I did like 30 days, that was decent. It was cool. I don't think there was any fighting on the deck, but it's always fights, bro. It's fights, violence, stabbings, assaults. You know what kind of assaults I'm talking about? Like, yeah, yeah. It messed my little innocent brain up, man. A lot. I've been in jail all over the country, bro. And I'm not proud of that. But just saying, I've been in jail. I don't want to talk about jail, man. I don't want to talk. Ask me something else. That's not even what you asked me. But yeah, man, that's sad, man. That's sad. I think at some point, some people, I don't think you could be addicted to violence. It's just so habitual. Like some people, when they would be falling asleep, they would be making gun noises, and I'm like, why did you do that, bro? And they're like, because it reminds me of my neighborhood, and that's how I go to sleep. I'm just like, what? Why are dudes on females the way they are? I need you to unpack that. What, like, why do they pursue them like that? Hyper focused because it's harder to get women. So you have to, it's people really trying to overcompensate. And the 90s, even when I was growing up, I'm 31. Women would just you had to be outside and you would have to be in school, and because the music and because the standards are higher, because it's harder to get women, it makes you want to focus on getting women. For some people, it's harder to get women. For others, it's easier. The people who grew up on the internet, which would be two generations after me, people that might be 23, like generation and a half after me, they grew up on the internet, so they're constantly being advertised and marketed. Women, 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 the music, women, women, women. Women are more open with their sexuality. Women are dressing different they're dressing more revealing at a younger age now. They're doing certain things that they were not doing. I wasn't focused on females because I wanted to get the bread, and I was very observant. And because I was a slow bloomer, I could see what men allow, or what teenagers allow women to do to their lives. So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just get this money because this man just cut his dress. He's been growing for 7 years for a girl he knew for 3 months because she gave him the treasure box. So I was just like, nah, that's a dangerous specimen right there. Let me just get this money. But at the end of the day, it's more, there's less access and there's more to see, and there's more marketing and more advertising. The music, I mean, gangster music pretty much died with my generation, then it came back and it sounds all weird, but even then, it's just, that's what's put out there, that's what's advertised. We still do have a red pill community that pushes self, focusing on the self, that pushes self improvement, career development, things like that. But people are less successful with women more than any time in American history, probably. So that's definitely what I think. You want what you can't have, and as a young person, if that's, I mean, it comes from teenagehood. It comes from teenagehood, and there's more incels. There's more people that have less access to women than more than ever. People are losing their virginity when they're like 26 and 30. That's weird. Like, if that's your situation, I'm not trying to say you're weird. I'm just saying that's weird. That's unheard of. That's really unheard of. I'm from Atlanta. People were losing their virginity in like middle school, which is not good either, because there were teen pregnancies all over the world. I mean, all over, metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? But just people being less socially aware and intelligent and not socializing in person, it makes women more important than they, I'm not, don't take this the wrong way. It makes women more important than they are to a person's personal development, and because there's less access, pretty, that's the answer. It's less access to women, and there's more marketing and advertisement to be with women. And it's social media all day scrolling, and you just see these perfect, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't have that like that. And they're getting mad at women for blaming them for focusing on themselves. Yeah, it's not even a mad thing. So the whole thing is when you position yourself in a if you put yourself in a certain position financially, socioeconomically, what am I supposed to do? Like, what do you need me for? And when you do that, it's gonna change. It's gonna change your outlook. It's gonna change what you're attracted to. It's gonna change your standards, and possibly give somebody certain personality traits that might not be desirable for a man. That's really all it is. It's not men getting mad at women for getting to the bag. That's not really what it is. Getting to the bag comes with certain personality traits. That's all. That's what it is. To the point where it's like it's kind of, I don't even want to say it like that, but when you do certain things for a certain amount of time, you develop personality traits that are not attractive to the type of man that you want. Possibly. But if you're spiritual and you can balance things out and you have that understanding, I don't see that being a problem. I could use my mother for example. She's driven, she's ambitious, she's independent, like a man, and she doesn't have a man. You see what I'm saying? There's consequences to things. Like if I stayed at home and raised my kids and cooked and cleaned, and my wife went to work, and I had my own business, if I had my own stay-at-home job, and then my wife left me, and I had to go back in the field, what kind of woman do you think I would attract? If that's not necessarily what I wanted to do, and that's not what I'm designed to do, what do you think would happen to a man then? You have all these extra emotions because you're with the kids all day. You're not using your masculine energy to be a man. You're using your masculine energy to be a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, excuse me, but a stay-at-home parent. That's gonna change that man's brain. It's gonna change, and it's gonna change what he attracts and his standards and what he accepts. And if he tries to go back to being a traditional man, he's gonna have a lot of challenges. Let's just say that. What's the difference, bro? Why you asking me that off the wall? That's not even what we talk about life. First of all, the devil is man-made. Satan is an extraterrestrial, and Baphomet is a symbol. Baphomet symbolizes the balance between it's Baphomet symbolizes balance between masculine and feminine energy, kundalini, chakras, knowledge, and magic. Baphomet is a symbol. Baphomet is not a physical deity. The devil is a physical deity that man made up, much like a lot of angels, much like a lot of demons that didn't exist before man. And Satan is an extraterrestrial that came from wherever. You got to do the research. And what makes spirits live through people? Is it touch or direct conversation? Or is the mind weak? Like how you possessed? It's a lot of ways you can get possessed. You could smoke a cigarette, you could drink too much. Yeah, I mean, willpower, you can call them, you could chant, you can go to a certain place. Yeah. You said spirit specifically, having no protection. There's a lot of ways, bro. You could call them, they can call you. You can meditate, chant. You can get a certain oil. You can get a certain. There's a million ways for a spirit to come to you and through you. You can get a symbol, like a candle, say their secret name or their real name, their common name. It's a lot of different ways. My favorite way is to chant. Chant and go to a specific place. But I mean, it depends on your intentions too. Like if you want to inherit certain personality traits, or if you want certain protection, or if you want certain knowledge, you can just do something light. That's why I like chanting. Like You can do a certain chant just so a little piece of knowledge comes inside you, or a little piece of whatever you want. It's all about your intentions too. I don't even look at people when I go in public. It's dangerous spiritually for me right now. Mm, that would that would explain a lot. Yeah, that would explain a lot. Everybody's acting weird. It's about to be that season. It's about to be that. It is that season, but it's about to be even deeper into that season. These next 4 months, 6 months. This man said, "What's the difference between Santa Claus, Jesus, and bro, you came out of left field with that, man. So do you think do you you think I should go to the dentist or do you think I should go like what are you talking about, bro? You think I should get an apple or do you think I should get a blackberry?" Yeah, I'm just playing. That's just how I talk about people. Yeah, no. That was a good question, man. I encourage all kind of questions. I really like to stay within a certain realm, but a lot of people, I don't go live that much. So you wanted to know that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Lucifer is the fallen angel. Halil. Satan is an extraterrestrial. The devil is man-made, and Baphomet is a symbol. A lot of people don't know that, man. It's real hard to confuse the two because Lucifer and the name Satan are used interchangeably, even when referring to, really is more so when referring to Satan. Lucifer is Lucifer. Satan is often referred to as Satan and Lucifer. People who don't know, people are ignorant of everything. They just call everything the devil, which it is what it is. If you read the Bible, bro, the Bible's not wrong about everything. Do you think the shifting energy transits ages of Aquarius is the reason for women focusing on themselves? I definitely do not think that. I don't think that. I think it's not necessarily that. I think it's nature, to be honest. I think because we were ruled by Christianity was the most popular religion up until when I was in middle school and a little bit after that. So I think it's just they put so much energy into the Abrahamic religions having this much rule. There was so much bloodshed in the name of religion over time. These spirits came back or they lingered because you know when people die they see the truth. Some of my ancestors, they still don't like that I'm with this spooky shit, or they consider it spooky. So they're like, yeah, I understand my religion was not the true thing. I'm not in heaven. I'm following you, but I still don't want you to call on me, and I'm gonna look out for you, but just don't summon me, don't do none of that shit. I understand I was wrong, whatever. Which, side note, like, I don't really want to go into a tangent. Heaven is a real place. Hell is definitely a real place. It's not on earth. That's not right. It's a real place. But at the end of the day, I just think it's the law of rhythm, to be honest. I think it's the law of rhythm, and I think because the Abrahamic religions were so oppressing, everything just snapped back like a rubber band. And that's really it. People just, men being so, not all men, not most men, not even 20% of men, just being ignorant and mishandling their positions. That's what I think. I think all the subconscious magic that was going up came down. That's really what I think. I don't. What I like to do is I like to be. I like to take things from the bottom, then go to the top. I don't like to start from the top to the bottom because everybody's not affected by everything because their willpower is just stronger than certain things. And because we're constantly doing magic all the time, so because everything's not applicable to everybody, it would be ignorant, I think, of me to blame it on the age of Aquarius or certain planetary transits. Now, there are certain planetary transits that did change everything, but just on a practical level for everybody to understand, I would have to say there are more people with different spiritual positions in the world. For example, me, I'm a portal opener. I don't do it all the time. I'm supposed to be walking around, leaving pools and vortexes of energy. So when people interact with their vibrations raise and they start to question their own beliefs, that's what I do. That's my spiritual calling. Do I do it all the time? I don't. And that's not going to affect everybody. But at the end of the day, mm, no. There are certain things that affected people as a whole because people were more connected. We're not as connected as we used to be because everybody has a lot of currents running through them that they're unaware of, and people aren't as focused on that. Even though people claim to be, people ask weird ass questions when it comes to the tarot and astrology when it's not necessarily, mostly it's not for mundane things. But because we're rewarded for that, and because people are making their little money, they encourage people to ask the tarot stupid ass shit. So people are fake ass connected and woke when they're not, which it makes it more of a disconnect from what's actually happening in the celeste in the heavens. So it's to answer your question, it's a little bit of both, but there's not that many people being affected because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about and doing. So it's a good combination, but I think it's the law of rhythm, to be honest. It's the law of rhythm, and it don't it only takes one person to change the world. So that one person that was getting her ass beat way too much was just like, fuck this nigga, man. I got enough money. I don't want to kill him. I want to, but I can't because I got these kids. I'm gonna divorce him, get this money, start the feminist movement. Boom, let's do it. I'm bored. I'm lonely. I'm bored. Girl, you could do the same thing. Girl, you could do. We could all do the same thing. Fuck these niggas. Yeah, fuck these niggas. That's what happened. It's not funny, but do you think when you die, it's like when you dream and it feels like reality? If you're not righteous, you think you all go to hell. Let me finish before. So that's what you manifest before you. Okay, so when you die, bro, whatever you truly believe is gonna happen, unless it's totally outrageous. If you truly were living for God, if you truly were a man or woman of God, if you really want to go to heaven and you did everything right and righteously, you will go to heaven. Now, there's a couple versions of heaven. There's heaven, and there's a heaven where you become a part of the reservoir or the current of Jehovah or Jesus or whatever branch of Catholicism or Christianity or whatever branch of the right hand path that you believe in, the Abrahamic religions you believe in. If you're a Christian and you did not you didn't give your life to God and submit to his will in totality, you are going to hell. If you believe that, you're going to go to hell and you're going to go to the lake of fire. If you're scared when you die, certain things are going to happen. If you embrace it, if you know how to astral project and cut the cord and your soul is empowered enough, you can go wherever you want and you don't have to be reincarnated, which I keep trying to tell my girl. She's a Buddhist. She thinks she's right about everything, but no, you don't have to go to heaven or hell. You can stay here. You can go to a different planet. You can go to an alternate universe. It's all about the strength of your astral body. It's all about your willpower. It's all about your connection with divination, your ability to evoke and invoke certain energies, manipulate energies, and astral project. And really, what you believe truly in your heart of hearts to answer that question. But no, you if that's what you want to do, yeah, you could just float around like a ghost and jump into people's bodies and just never cross over if you don't want to. That would make you vulnerable if you don't know what you're doing because people could just bind you to different stones and put you wherever they want to put you, or they could make you cross over without your will. They could they could vamp off your energy, and you would just have no consciousness, and it would just be black. So I always advise people to find out what method they want to use to empower themselves so they don't have to keep reincarnating, so they don't have to live the second death over and over and over. So you don't have to be put in a position where you're absorbed and you lose your consciousness. Because there's a lot of people out here that just do stupid, wicked ass shit. That just vampires. Vampires. You don't have to you don't have to draw in energy to empower yourself from people. You could do it from Earth. You could do it from planets. You can do it in a lot of different ways. But whatever you think, bro, whatever you personally think and whatever you work for is what's gonna happen. That's why people call themselves their own God. That's why people say they're gods. Because you control what happens to you in the afterlife. If you want to go to heaven, you can go to heaven. If you think you're gonna go to heaven, but you're not, you're gonna go to hell, and you can't escape that easily. Somebody has to come and get you and bring you back. If you want to stay here and float around and watch people live lives and be tortured, that's on you. If you want to be an ancestor and give people knowledge so they don't have to come back or so they can master themselves and get millions of dollars and bless them with money, you can empower yourself to do that. If you want to keep reincarnating with similar knowledge so you can keep coming back and having more knowledge and having more influence on the world, you can do that. The only thing is, if you get famous and you get too much clout, you are gonna automatically have a choice after you die. And if you don't use that choice wisely, then it's gonna be bad for you. For real. Like Nip, when he died, he already was on game. He already knew. But there's countless celebrities that they were just irresponsible with their energy. X, he did his thing. He knew what he was doing. Nip, X, and a lot of people. A lot of people. I don't even like to put that information out there. But if you are an X fan and if he likes you and you know what you're doing, he'll come to you and he'll help you. For sure. Nip, he was only here for 3 days. He left. I don't know where he went, to be honest. Damn. That was a good question, man. That was a good one. I'll make sure I answered it. Do you think when you die it's like a dream and it feels like reality? Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's like I mean, my dreams, sometimes they're intense. Some, like I just said earlier, I didn't know that I wasn't dreaming. I thought I found my phone and then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? That wasn't a dream, but it's pretty clear. It's all about, all in all, what I'm saying is, it's all about the strength of your soul and the work that you put in. You can't just, you have this knowledge now. That doesn't mean that you're gonna personally have the choice, unless you're rich and unless you're famous. Being rich has nothing to do with it. But unless you're famous people are constantly drawing in energy, and 9 times out of 10 they're protected. 90% of the time, a lot of people are not. That's why a lot of people have problems. When Kanye dies, if he's truly living for God, if he's claiming he's a Christian, he's going to heaven. If not, he's going to the lake of fire. But his spirit is still going to be here, because when you die, some people they separate into 3 to 4 different energies. You had an NDE, and for years you thought that you were dead. Damn. Near death experience. I couldn't imagine that. I could, yeah. For years, yeah, I could definitely relate in a certain way that I don't want to talk about. Just feeling like a shell. You thought you were dead. I don't think I processed that. So did you think people couldn't see you? I was gonna do that as a prank, like walk up to somebody or do something like run into somebody and then be like, "Hey, excuse you." I'm like, "You could see me?" But no, I don't think I could do that without laughing. No, I'm pretty goofy. Damn. You knew people could see you. You just thought you were dead. Yeah, I didn't have. I could have died a lot of times, but no. Yeah, I bet that sucked. You said for years. Damn, that's heavy. No, I don't think I was. I don't think I thought I was dead though. So did you think you were like on the other side the whole time, and that's just how death was? Because for some people, again, that's how death is. That's a certain underworld where you're still functioning. You still have to go to work. Yeah, like there are underworlds. There's multiple different. I'm gonna just use the word hell. There's multiple different hells. There's a Sumerian hell. There's Egyptian hell. There's like a version of hell that I saw that looks like Chicago mixed with New York. There's different aspects of the world that you can go to where you can't actually affect it, but there's still certain things that go on there that's pretty normal, but you're still living like a life like this, like where you have a phone, you got to pay a bill. That's yeah, that is hell. If I'm dead, I don't want to go to work. What the fuck, shit like that. But I couldn't even imagine that. Damn, that's I never even heard of anything like that. All the time I spent on the internet, you got a lane right there. You definitely have a lane right there. Yeah. All right, I got 2 more questions because I've been on here for an hour. I gotta change the whole title of the video. That's a that I mean that has to be a version of hell though because my mentor explained to me, which I know what he means now, but I took it very literally, where he said the astral plane is a state of mind, and I didn't get it, but now I know exactly. I know what he means now. But when people say heaven and hell is a state of mind, that had to be yeah, that had to be your own personal hell, like on American Horror Story, the last episode. Yeah, the 7 Wonders. American Horror Story Coven, the best one. American Horror Story was sleep. They should have did the Jeffrey Dahmer. They should have did the Jeffrey Dahmer series. They would have did it a little better. 20%. Yeah, I got 2 more. I need to. Damn. What the fuck is that? This chair is my enemy. I sit in the middle. Two more questions. Jeffrey Dahmer, if you have a weak stomach, don't watch it. If I was a different person, it would have traumatized me. I would have been having bad dreams. If I saw that one, nah, there's really no point. If I would have saw that if I was like 13, it probably would have fucked with me. But I had this guinea pig when I was 10, and ever since my guinea pig died, I never been the same. So I could just watch all kind of stuff. Nah, I'm just that wasn't. It's true, but it's not. So much PTSD. I lost like 6 family members and my guinea pig in 2 years. I was so depressed. Not like 3 years. From 9 to like 12, it was people dying like every year. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. It was freak accidents too. My cousin Crystal Poe with a K, she died in Chicago. She got crushed by a dump truck. And I saw the picture. I was like 9 years old, and I was depressed for a very long time. Everybody thought I was cool, but it was evident I wasn't. That's when I started skipping school. I tried to smoke. I was rolling up like grass and joints, not weed, like actual grass, and trying to smoke it. I was just trying to be bad, and I was fighting and shit, and I was failing and just. Two more questions. If we don't have two more questions, then I could just do the rest of my day, charge my phone. I need to get in the booth because I got a lot of songs. I got a good 20 songs coming out. I didn't even want to tell you all of that, but I got a very special project. And after I release these next 25 songs, I'm going back to the traditional Aaron Moses, where it's only gonna be lyrical. Is the ignorance is gonna turn all the way down because I really only did that. Yes, I've been doing mainstream music for 5 years because I was trying to, master the mainstream thing and just get a really good rhythm. I thought it would only take 2 years. It took me 5. But as far as my hooks and songwriting abilities, I think that chapter has come to an end. I'm still gonna do some here and there, but it's not real, it's ignorant, it's offensive, and my lyrical, it's not even about the numbers, but my lyrical stuff does better numbers when I kill it, when I actually take the time and focus on the hip hop, the music. How much, nigga, get your dumb ass. What we talking about? What's up, Blunts? Dude, I'm two more questions, bro. I've been talking too much. I've been talking a lot, answering questions. You definitely got to. This is. I don't want to use the word classic, but it was a pretty good video, man. I'm getting better, but just answering whatever questions. I've been answering questions about the origins of Santa Claus, and I've been talking about Hitler, shit like that. So you could just ask me anything, bro, for real. Damn, you should ask me why I haven't had braces. I did have braces. I'm just so beautiful, but this smile, bruh. I look like I would bite the shit out of somebody and give you rabies. Like, he didn't even have rabies. How you give me rabies? I don't know. I did. I actually had braces for 5 years. But my cousin broke my retainer, and I was like, man, my teeth, fuck it. $100. Even though I was doing my thing, I was doing that illegal stuff. I had it, but I just didn't. I was 19 again. That was a stupid ass year. 19 felt like that felt like 3 years because I was really active. That felt like a long year. 19 through 22 felt like it was 10 years. I was doing too much, but I had braces the last week of 8th grade. I had bottom rows only. And then like 2 weeks after my freshman year started, they did the top row, and I got them taken off March of the year when I turned 18. When I was turning 19, before my 19th birthday. And I was so confident. But then my cousin broke my retainer, and it took about a year and a half to get this, you know. But hey, I'm still confident with my smile because I already know. And I went to the orthodontist. He said I will only need to give braces for 8 months, no more than a year. But they want 2,200 a month with insurance. So without insurance, it would be more than that. But when I get a decent job, a better job than I have right now, it's up, man. I don't know why rappers get chains, they get rings, they get all kind of cars, but sir, your teeth. You remember you asked me what you think happens when you die? If you have money and you don't get your teeth fixed, when you die, you are going to the lake of fire, bro. It's in the Bible. You got to get your teeth fixed, bro. Especially if you talk a lot like beef. Like this is supposed to be my job. This is supposed to be, people want to look at me when I speak. And look at that, I got all kind of gangs. I got, this side of my mouth is GDs, this side of my mouth is Vice Lords, bro. It's not a good situation. Not at all. Not at all. I got Bloods and Crips in my mouth at the same time. It's dangerous, bruh. It's dangerous. And not only is it just not pleasant to look at, it makes maintenance so much easier. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we don't have any questions. Lil Wayne got metal teeth. He got perms. Good to know. Didn't know that. I thought he had real teeth. But we don't have any questions. I've been talking way too much. I have to change the title of this video. But it's been great, man. It's definitely been great. So, like I said, visit LaCourtney Maddox. She has some great uncommon information. Definitely can improve your life by watching her videos. And I want to say thank you for all the positive energy. I want to say thank you for all the cash apps, the super chats, the donations. For sure, for sure. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together, man. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.